As you so often say, and rightly, of course, Craig, the next game is always the most important one.
Yeah.
That's this Friday as we take on Briton, Ferry, Llansawel in the Welsh Cup.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's just going to be really important. You know, we've done as much due diligence as we can possibly. I know that there's a strong possibility that as we sit here on Tuesday morning, I might go down tonight to watch them against Goitra. So we'll make sure they've been seen live at least once, maybe twice. If I go down as well, you know, we've managed to scrape together as much footage as we can. And also as well, there's obviously a few ex-Welsh Premier League players, Alex Gammon, Luke Bowen, you know, I think Chris Llewellyn and Andy Dyer involved as well. So I know Chris and know Andy who've been involved with the Welsh Premier League, and obviously, you know, Chris was a very good professional as well. So yeah, it's going to be tough. The flying in their league, and I believe obviously they got beat at the weekend, but I think they're 6 points clear. You know, so you know they may have one eye on the league as well. You know, Connecticut have got a game in hand. So yeah, it's going to be really tough. They're like I said, all the reports I've had and people have been to watch them live. It's going to be a really tough game, and especially at their place as well. Which, you know, I imagine a Friday night, you know, there'll be a big crowd, you know, and hopefully they'll be there and they'll be trying to see maybe can they defeat the reigning champions and the reigning holders of the Welsh Cup. You know, it's obviously up to us to be resilient and go and try and win the game.
As you said there, they're having a good season. They've scored 60 goals in 20 games. They're leading the way at the top of the table. In many ways, they go into Friday evening's fixture with absolutely nothing to lose, no pressure on them at all.
No, there's not. There's not whatsoever. You know, there's no pressure at all. You know, whatever happens in the game, you know, there's obviously three scenarios. You know, that's we just scrape the game, or we win comfortably, or they win. Either way, you know, it'll be you know, beneficiary to Briton Ferry. You know, the reputation will be more than intact. If we go and win comfortably, it'll be, well, we should have. You know, if it's a close game, then we underperformed, they overperformed, and obviously if they won, then it'd be, you know, amazing for them. So yeah, we're in a no-win situation. They're in a win-win situation. But I've been at this football club for a long time. It is what it is. We get used to that. We understand that we are heavily favourites most weeks. So yeah, it's one of them that you learn to deal with that, and it's something that comes part and parcel of being at TNS Football Club.
And we're on a great run of form ourselves. We often talk statistically in the press conference interviews. Since December, we've only conceded 3 goals in all competitions.
Yeah, no, really good defensive. You know, Connor in the back four have done really well. With obviously we had Ryan Astl's injured, you know, which was a big blow. But you know, Josh Pask and Danny Davis have went in there and formed a really good centre half partnership. Done really well, you know, and obviously we've got the strength of Chris Marriott and then obviously Jordan Marsh as well. And we look at JD's done a fantastic job at right back. You know, we're getting Ash fit now. He's been fit for a few weeks, but obviously Ash has been in and out with injuries. You know, but JD's made that position his own. I understand he's not a right back by trade, but you know, it's probably credit to the lad as a person, as a professional. He's got on with it. Obviously, there's been times where he wants to play out the pitch. That's, you know, I understand that, and I've felt and understood his frustration. But like I said, it's testimony to the lad as a professional and as a really coachable and hardworking and, you know, in a team player more than anything else. He's put his own sort of wants to one side for the better of the team, you know, and you can't have enough of them type of people.
And as far as the JD Welsh Cup itself is concerned, we're on a great run of form there. The last time we tasted defeat was in March 2018. That's almost 6 years. That's tremendous.
Yeah, it is. It is very much so. You know, it's a competition at the club. Certainly, you know, I think I come in 2011 the first time and went on to win my first Welsh Cup against Kevin Druids at the final at Bangor. You know, and since then we've won, you know, more than our fair share of them. You know, obviously, I think there was the Bangor team just before that won 3 in a row. I think in Nev Powell's Bangor dominated the Welsh Cup for a while as well. You know, but we are it's a competition. Obviously, the league is where our bread and butter is, and we need to make sure we concentrate first and foremost on that. But secondly, the Welsh Cup's a fantastic competition. It's obviously a very historic competition, and we've got really good history in the cup, and we want to keep it that way. And also at this moment in time, it's our cup, So the last thing we want is for to take our hands off that right now.
And as far as games are concerned, we've just come through an intense period, 3 in the space of less than a week.
Yeah.
How has that affected the preparations this time round? Because you've had the whole week to go at it.
Yeah, we have. It's had a knock-on effect because we obviously had to give the lads some time off after last week. You know, the efforts everyone put in, like I referred to in previous interviews. It's not, everyone just sees the 90 minutes, 90 minutes in 6 days. It's the travel, it's the pressure that's put on the players by myself and the staff to make sure every training session's properly. It's full tilt. It's not, you can't take your foot off the pedal. We need everything done, to the best and the most professional ability as we can every session. So you've got that as well. So you've got a little bit of probably, mental fatigue and emotional fatigue. It's, me barking at people and keeping on top of people. But I think anyone that signs for the football club understands that there's an expectation, and there's certainly expectation from me to our players. And at this moment in time, they've kept their really, really high professional standards. In every one of them should be really proud, and they've done a fantastic job, up to now. And they've got to, the hub of it is they've got us to where we are now because of what they do on the training pitch and on the playing pitch. But we're not quite finished the season yet, and we need to make sure we keep our standards as high as possible, and keep going with the consistency we've shown over the last 7-8 months.
And one question that we continually ask, and for good reason, is because of the depth of strength that you have in the squad here at Park Hall. How difficult has it been to go for the starting 11 this weekend?
Yeah, it is. It is. And every week's different. You've got a different training build up. You've got people in form, people out of form. We understand. And that's another pressure that players have got, that they have to perform every day in training. They can't have a day off, because that could be the difference between keeping your position in the team and not. So yeah, it's really tough. We've alluded to it many times before, and it's the worst part of the job. The other things are quite easy to get on with, and but the picking the team and more so leaving the players out. When you've got emotional bonds, and you've got you spend every day with these players, and you see how hard they work on the training pitch, and how hard they work in the gym. It's from that point of view, it's really not an easy job, and it's something that I really don't enjoy or really like. But it is part and parcel of the job, and I suppose I bring it on myself because I want such a competitive squad. I don't think you can have it both ways. I'm a big believer in internal competition. Drives standards and keeps everyone on the toes. But obviously, the flip side of that, you've got some very good players that certainly could play in the team that aren't in the team, and you've got to try and keep everyone happy as best you can in a professional manner. So yeah, it is. It's not a nice thing, but yeah, it's. I think it's probably even more. You feel it even more because you've been there as a player yourself, and you understand what it's like when you've trained all week and you've not got an opportunity to show what you've done all week, and when you've not done anything wrong. It's just a case of everyone needs to stay professional and work hard every day in training, and take the opportunity when you get it, and be patient, and don't make sure. One thing that I can't stand, and one thing that I won't stand for is people that sulk, and people that don't get on with it, because it's no individual is more important than the team, and it's really important that you don't disrespect or lack of respect of your fellow teammates in the football club that you're not playing. You get an opportunity and take it when you get it.
And finally, Craig, the club will announce more details in due course.
Yep.
So a little teaser there for fans listening in. But you've been able to add to your selection headache this week because you've signed a new player.
Yes, we have. Definitely. It's something that I think it's really important for the football club to keep, trying to keep strengthening, each window. Obviously, it was, Jordan Marsh was the only one that come in this window, and obviously we've added to that again. So we're looking forward to, introduce the new player. He's trained with for a couple of days. Everything's done and dusted. So, be as they say, watch the space. And like I said, it's competition based, and it's you either you step up, or you embrace the challenge, and we move on. And that's what I want. I want people to think whenever we do strengthen the team or add to the squad, that it's not going to be me that's going to lose out. And that's what I think creates the sort of the the improvement of everybody and the standard of everybody. So that fight and determination to keep your space, and then the player coming in, it's up to him to get himself in the team, in the squad, etc., etc.